Well, as I already mentioned, I love the being able to collaborate on a document. That's been awesome, and be able to share like those files. So that's so much easier than what I've been trying to do before. Backing up. So I'm very bad at backing up, and I have lost stuff over the years on computers. So I'm still in the process of moving all my files, but that's going to be such a sense of relief that you don't have to think. You know when your computer starts to die and you think, oh, I've got to back it up, and then you don't back everything up and you lose things. So that's a really good peace of mind. So I'm really happy about that. And just, yeah, I can see it's helping me to get more organised. So especially things with Asana, making a date on them and going, all right. So yesterday, for example, I had a stake there. Some of them I did shove over to today, but a lot of other ones I just forced myself to, right, just do it, get it done, get rid of that task. Yeah, that's been very, very helpful. Thank you, Andy. Been really happy with it. Definitely. And then I was talking to somebody yesterday about moving everything to the cloud, and they were like me, like 8 weeks ago, I don't know if you can trust it. And so then I was on the flip side, explaining to them how it worked. So, yeah. So I can see, like, as we started to do little bits over the weeks, and you start to see it working and how it can make your business more effective. Yeah, it's been good.
So you've gone from reluctant to an advocate.
Yes.
Awesome.
I think Asana, definitely. I'm using it daily. When I wake up, I reach for my phone and look at what tasks. This morning, Gary said, I'm in Asana. He was looking at his tasks and ticking off things that he hadn't ticked off. I just love the fact that it's a to-do list that you don't have to go back to where you perhaps had a piece of paper or something that you've written your to-do. You don't have to go back to that spot to tick it off. You've got it with you everywhere because you've got your phone on you. The voice tasks are amazing. I just do that all the time. I just press the button and record it, and then I assign the time later. It's just, I don't know, just such a feeling of accomplishment. I'm doing more things. It's not a case of, I might think, I must do that. If it's in Asana, I do it. I love ticking things off. So, amazing. And I can be anywhere and just put my thoughts in. So absolutely love Asana. Okay. That's one. Inbox Zero is the other one. It's just, I feel like I'm more efficient. I'm dealing with emails straight away. When I look in the morning and look in the afternoon, I'm actually dealing with them. And as yet, I haven't had to put one off. So, and that's when I actually tried to the other day, and I was a bit unsure about the question I asked you earlier. So I'll be right with that now. But loving the Zero inbox. Love the little picture you get on your phone with the person sitting in the deck chair, and it's such a lovely feeling. And Google Drive is my third one, how it's just changed our business. Sam sent me a text the other day. He said, I've just uploaded a couple of invoices into Drive. Thank you, Sam. We're all using it. It's amazing. There's the corresponding, and yeah, love it. Love the whole course, but those three in particular.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like our files are going to be safer. How you worry about the computer crashing, and I would be always backing up on a little external hard drive. Well, I've actually a few weeks ago discovered that it was full and it had no more space. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I can't back them up anymore, but I'm putting them into the cloud. So I guess I feel content that things are going to be in the cloud, that I guess can access it from anywhere. It just made everything more streamlined.
I think number one for me was actually having a better understanding and becoming confident with G Suite and working with Google. So I was with Microsoft all the way, going to each little program in itself. So that's given me a full scope to use all these other things, Asana and LastPass, and that's been great. And incorporated in that was the file structure that you put forward to us, like the core business foundation, because at the stage I am, that's been fantastic for me to actually get my head around where I'm going and how to break it all up into sections and that. And so outside of G Suite and Google, gaining confidence and going with that, the Asana is fabulous to get myself sorted. Like it's just me on my own at the moment, so I'm not sharing anything, but I know it's there to use down the track. And then on top of that, LastPass, that's been great too. So the whole program's just been perfectly suited for small business. It's fabulous. Yeah, see that. Yeah, it's great because like you have the knowledge of what's actually happening now in the development of software. And for me to ever find this myself, I wouldn't know where to go. I'd be overwhelmed with it. So it's really good because you know it works together, and one supports the other, and it's a great package of the software you've introduced to us.
Oh, okay. I've learned that I need to be a lot more organised, and I thought that I was a very organised person. I've learned that I need to ensure that all my systems are working together seamlessly so that I don't have to double up on anything, and that we do have that one source of truth. And I've also learnt the power of sharing, and that's not just with each other and with our voice, but also with our systems. So I've learned that once we get all of that up and running, it does mean that when we have another team member, or if there is a facilitator for my role, or if there's any other person that's part of my customer base, that I can easily and efficiently share anything with them, and that it all becomes seamless. So number one thing to make sure everything works well together, and so that you can save time and concentrate on what you all do best, which is running your businesses. And for me, running my business.
You got to share too.
I already knew that. So I don't think I learned that this one, but it became, I've learned even more how important that it is for us to bring these sorts of programs to our area as well.
Okay, Zero Inbox and how it interacts with Asana. Oh, before I say all that, I have to say that I was lucky to have done this course once before a couple of years ago, and it's come back up at this point in time just when I've rebranded or restructured my website. So now I can use the whole system again as a new foundation for my new way of running the business. So it's been perfect timing. But the Zero Inbox, how it interacts with Asana is amazing. It wasn't doing that a few years ago when I did it previously. So I'm loving that, and that's working really, really well for me. I'm often getting Zero Inbox now, which is great. Being able to schedule all my to-dos in an organised fashion in Asana, and that is forcing me to actually do things, because again, I went in there yesterday, I was a bit overwhelmed, and I looked at all this stuff and rescheduled it for next week, but then last night I ended up doing half of it anyway, because I thought, no, I've got to do it anyway, so it's what I put it there for. So I've done that, and I love the way that it pops back up when you reschedule something to do as a weekly task, and it keeps coming back into the system, so that's good. Organising the files into the shared drives and then being able to edit them in real time with other collaborators. I don't need to do that at this point, but as I was working for Mia earlier in the year, that was a issue that we had there, and it's great to see that she's on board now. And if I was working for her or someone's working for her in the future, I think we're going to find that it's a hell of a lot easier than what we were trying to struggle to do with 2 or 3 truths and changing it and sending it backwards and forwards. Having that one truth is definitely the way to go. And it's just making my life now a lot more organised. And like I said, starting from the beginning again, I'm starting with a fresh slate. So it's really, really good. And I'm glad that I've redone the course, because now I'm really on board this time.
There's an overwhelming starting point for me, is that to shift my paradigm from not really trusting the web, one, security, but most importantly for me is access to it, because we've been a bit sketchy out here getting reliable access. So that's been shifting since we started as a business, but I think it would have taken me years to make the shift to actually fully trust it without doing this course. So the fact that connectivity is better now, I can actually trust it. I'll give an example of that, the paradigm I was in. When we first started 5 years ago, I started up with a really good booking platform online, but I never trusted that it wouldn't crash on me. So I'd transfer that information to a calendar in my office. Who's coming, what dates, all that. So, you know, it's a long way from that now to go. I can put everything on the cloud and have nothing on my desktop, nothing in my hard drives, and I'm embracing it. I love it. I'm deleting files, going, yeah, it's there, you know. And if it's not, then the whole world is in trouble. So it's not going to be only me. So that's really big for me. And so the systems within it, I could rave about them all. Asana, big one. I totally, Joe explained it beautifully for me, exactly what it's doing for my business, like she's talking about. I love the unicorn that flies off, the beautiful, colourful rainbow. Yes, done another task. It's really satisfying for me. So that's big. So trusting the cloud, using Asana, and LastPass is huge for me because I've had this burden of sense of security for a while now because I've got people's information. I've got, I've got important information to keep safe, and I've been doing just use the same password, can't remember them all, or using Safari preferences to upload my password, knowing that it's not, I've got a bunch of people on my Safari account and my family and things like that. So that's huge for me to have that sense of, as a business, really professional, totally secure. So that's great. So that's my 3. And as there's, just to finish that, I now have a milestone in my business as far as always feeling like, oh, I'm going to get there, going to get professional one day. Feeling like, oh, I'm so not far away from really feeling professional as an enterprise. And that's all happened within the last 8 weeks. So now I have this kind of milestone of pre and post Andy Willis WFA as a business that is huge, the difference, the transformation that it's making. So thanks, Andy. So valuable. Also, because I trust you, Andy. I trust your business systems and, you know, your style of approach and the way you teach. I feel like, well, if Andy believes in it, I'm on board.
And I was wandering around in the wilderness, and I strongly believe in that when the student is ready, a teacher will appear. And I'm ever so grateful because I was driving out of Marimbula in the afternoon, and I turned the radio on, which is something I don't do a lot, and I happened to catch Mia on a promotion on the radio promoting this program. I then pulled over and wrote down the details, and within 15 minutes I was in my home office and I booked into this course. And so there are a lot of things out there that you can try and do, but finding the right sources is very difficult at times. You've always got friends who say you should do this or do that or do something else. And I found the information that you've offered in your program excellent. And Denise and I, my wife, are keen to travel, and to be able to work from anywhere is just fantastic, just unbelievable. The second thing that's very important to me is to be able to have everything in one place and know it is secure. But the other benefit I've got is from you personally is the fact that I believe there's over 1 million apps around the world on different things, on everything you can imagine. And what you've been able to do is provide us something like about 5 or 6 apps that you know work and we know that work and can give us the comfort. And I don't have to go and test and drive and try and all the rest of it, because I know I can pick them up and run with them. I know they're going to work. So for that, I'm also extremely grateful.
So, well, it's been great for me. I've been in business for 32 years. The first thing was, and this is embarrassing to say, but while I understood the cloud, I didn't even realize, and as you know, Andy, we've got a few businesses and some are on Google because they're part of a franchise network, but my marketing business was always in Office 365. And so I'm totally Excel, PowerPoint proficient. But I didn't even realize that my IT guy had everything on the cloud via Office 365 for me. So how embarrassing is that I didn't even know that? So when I wrote to him, he said to me, Ingrid, you're already on there. I've already got everything backed up on the cloud. So, but I think the thing is, because I didn't know, and so what I've been able to do is, because I've understood what Google does with our Jets fitness business, I've been able to work out how that can be duplicated in Office. And while in some areas it's not as streamlined, there is a lot of that duplication, so you can achieve the same thing. I think it's opened my mind to technology and apps and just trusting it all a bit more. I've loved LastPass because my life has just password crazy with all the different things we've got. And it was one of my great frustrations in life that I would have to think of what the password was for this or that. And Asana I've worked on before with other agencies. So, but I never ever used to use the My Task thing for myself. It was, I mean, I used it, but not for my own personal things. I used Asana as part of collaboration projects with other agencies. So I've started using that myself, which is great. And I suppose just Zooming over the last 8 or 10 weeks, if there's been a benefit of COVID, I suppose it's been that we've learnt to communicate via this mechanism and seen how effective it is. And so, and also, Andy, I don't know where you are, I can't see you at the moment, but I'm sure you are there, and I'm sure you're getting embarrassed. But thank you very, very much, because you've been incredibly patient and taught us a lot, and I really appreciate it, because I'm an older head, so I think I'm appreciative that you've been able to explain things to me.
Well, Andy, when I signed up, I was probably at rock bottom, and I thought there was absolutely no way forward. I just could not contemplate what to do. And I thought, out of desperation, I saw it and I thought, okay, I'll sign up. So my top thing is everybody's collaboration and acceptance of me sitting in the background, and gradually every week becoming inspired that I can do this. I can start again, which I think I can. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Andy, for your patience. And the one thing, I've been a teacher for 30 odd years, and that is very system driven, and it's very inefficient. And the emails, that is one of the things that was just driving me crazy. The pressure. So to get a 0 inbox is like a dream. And I can see I can do that with my own business, and I can be creative and collaborate. And I thought I would have to start all on my own, but I realize now that I don't have to. There are lots of ways to collaborate and get help. People like you. So thank you so very much, and thank you to everyone else in the team. And if you're ever driving along the highway at Mogo, last property out there on the left, one day you'll see my little business. So give me a toot or drop in for a cup of tea. Thank you, everyone. And I got my husband on the cloud yesterday. So Andy, oh my God, he has never had an email account before. And he actually used the word cloud. And I turned around, I was like, what did you just say? And he's like, oh, I just uploaded to the cloud. And I was like, oh my God. So he's been looking. Oh, that's my other thing. Having the videos to come back to. Brilliant. I think that you would have lost me if I couldn't just come back to it in my own time and go over it when my head was set. I would have pulled out probably in week 2. But the new thing is, and Andy, you've inspired me to look out for things, because I'm starting chakra dance, and that'll be part of it too. So
well, definitely the documents, all the forms, whether they're the spreadsheets, just the word type ones, and the forms. I've put all my personal ones over, and happily merged a couple of the spreadsheets together into one doc. So I've got different folders on them. Photos, I'm just been naming them, and amazed how it recognises everybody and everyone on the photos. So I've been doing all that, and definitely last part. So hopefully, if we get to be able to travel, I won't be having books of passwords and not remembering passwords and 50 different email accounts and all that sort of thing.
My absolute pleasure. It's what I just love to do. So I'm thank you so much for taking this up, and I love hearing the impact that it's had on your businesses, and I will strive to continue to see that impact, and love to hear and keep sharing how it's affecting you and how it's affecting your business, and how things are improving for you guys by using these tools and systems that we're able to bring you. We'd love to keep sharing those stories. I have to say that every single day I bounce out of bed looking forward to seeing all of these beautiful faces, and it's what keeps me going each day. So, I actually feel very blessed that our area has had some of the experiences that we've had, because it has allowed our community to come together. And so obviously, whilst I wish that we didn't have COVID, and certainly wish that we hadn't have had hadn't had the bushfires and that people hadn't have lost so much, I think that what's come out of that is this amazing connection that we've all been able to form with each other. And I personally feel very blessed to have lived through that, and I know that it'll be something that'll take us through forever, and we'll always be connected. So it's it's easy to do when there's all these amazing people to work with, huh? They're all very passionate about their own businesses, and I love that. It's I think we bounce off each other, don't we? We keep learning from each other.
Congratulations, everybody. You can now work from anywhere at any time and on any device. So well done. And happy for you to come and join me up here on the Mid-North Coast if you want. So stay in touch. Still keep the questions coming in Slack. Whilst this may be our last session, it's not the end. So if you need help, I'm here to help you. And I'll certainly send out that offer for the Google Photos, and I'll put something together to have a get-together as a group session over the next month or so. Thank you once again.